What is happening, YouTube? It's Matt Faircloth. Welcome to another live Mentorship Monday session. I sure appreciate you guys watching. We're going to be going live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you guys can be here live watching these answers to these Mentorship Monday questions, or even better yet, you guys can be a part of the show by sending an email to help@DeRosaGroup.com. That is help@DeRosaGroup.com. Today is no different. We've got a great question here, maybe a few questions lined up from the same student that wants to learn from us. Justin, let's bring in Naima. Naima, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Tell us what's going on, man. We'll see if we can help you out here.
Okay, so I'll just summarize my little dissertation that I sent in, basically.
Yeah, you did, man. You did. You sent us a book. By the way, send us a question to help me at DeRosaGroup.com. Naima sent us a chapter. Here you go.
Here you go. Okay, but I'll summarize it. So
that's okay. I got your back.
We're new investors. We actually currently have one property that we currently have rented. It's been rented for the last 7 years. It was our primary. And now we kind of start now. So we started with a auction. We went on auction.com and picked up a property, really good property in the same area where our current rental is. And so we entered into this contract in November, and we were supposed to close probably, I think, before January 6th. Well, for some reason, this closing keeps getting delayed because the seller or the lender that foreclosed, they have not registered the foreclosure deed. And so every month for the last 4 months, we've received an extension to extend this contract until they register the foreclosure deed. Every month they say, "Oh, we'll do it next month," and then it's an extension, and then they get it again next month. So at this point, my question is: should we just back out of the deal and ask for our earnest money back and go try to do another deal, or should we just continue to hold out? Because it is a pretty good deal. It's a good deal whether we hold it as a rental or even if we try to do it as a flip. It's a really good deal. We're sitting on our money because we can't use it someplace else because we never know when they'll come back and say, "Hey, we're ready to close," and we need that money.
How much money are we talking about?
We're going to need maybe about a good 40.
No, how much money do you have in deposit? Like,
what's 75? What was my earnest money? 7,500.
7,500. Okay. Here, there could be a few things, right? So they may have a problem filing, and Justin, you could hop back in. They may have a problem filing that foreclosure deed because the courthouses are closed. You know, it could be just that simple that because of COVID, they might have a problem filing the deed, and maybe that's viewed to be an unnecessary service right now, and maybe it's one of those things that the courthouse might be holding them up too. Do you know if that's the case?
Not at all, because this started before COVID. We started in November. Actually, foreclosure happened maybe sometimes, I think last year, early May. So started in November, and the property's empty. They've already secured the property. So this actually was supposed to have, the first time they said the foreclosure deed was supposed to be registered, I think December sometimes. And then it was January, and then it was February. And now, of course, you know, there's a backlog because of COVID. But initially, that was not the issue. It was not COVID.
I got it. Okay, so that's not it.
For me, this is a question of opportunity costs and what you can and can't control. So you can control a response that you send them. You can't control what they say to that response, right? Whether they even respond to it or not. So then it becomes a question of your opportunity costs with the money that you have tied up and the potential, because you said you have other money sort of sitting on the sidelines that if this deal comes in, you need to use for that deal.
Exactly.
So you've got money tied up here. Do you have another deal lined up? Do you have, if you got it all back today, how long would it take you to deploy that money? Would it be another 6 months till you found the next deal? Then you're missing out. But if you do have the next deal lined up, ready to go, then it's maybe a harder decision to make.
That's a good point. You get another deal lined up, or is this the only horse you got right now?
I actually have another deal lined up that I went into like 2 days before COVID happened. So but that's still working. We're still working on that as well.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't need the money back out anytime soon, right?
I don't necessarily need the money.
Is this like a good deal, a great deal, or a like Michael Jordan slam dunk from the foul line good deal?
It's probably I would say it's between good and great.
Just pretty good. It's like
a
6 out of 10 on the deal scale.
Yeah,
right?
Maybe a 6 out of 10. Correct.
All right. Here's what I would do. I would monitor you. I would keep I wouldn't not make offers on other deals because of this deal. Because
Okay.
I've been there. I've been like, okay, my capital is tied up because of that. And so I'm going to wait for that to close. Then I'll reevaluate. Right. So I would keep fishing, keep looking at other stuff, keep bidding on other auctions. Right.
Okay.
All the while, have your lawyer start applying deeper pressure to them. And if they walk, and if they think they can make a couple of bucks selling to somebody else, then so be it, man. They probably they're waiting on you to walk anyway.
Try to get a commitment date and then penalties if they don't meet that.
And then you have your lawyer put in an addendum to the contract that has that date in there. And it says, and if the seller does not, on this date, then this is the new price. Thank you for your question to Mentorship Monday.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks.
Tyrone, how are you, man? You're on the air.
I had decided to go do a condo conversion of the 4-unit, and I hired this contractor. The contractor basically screwed me over. I ended up losing all of my equity, probably about at least $750,000 worth of equity.
My partner Justin here, I mean, he's seen me break down in tears in front of people over the kind of money that we had stolen before. I get it; it's painful. Contractors are awful. They can be awful people, and I don't get how they tick, because I've been ripped by contractors before too. They're not all bad, man. I've had great contractors that have done phenomenal work for me, but I've also had a bunch that didn't do that. It sounds like, Tyrone, what you're looking for is some guidance on getting back on your feet and having people help you get back into the game, into your next deal.
Yeah, so I can benefit from having a mentor to guide me.
Here's the easy way in, right? And you probably have to let go of equity on this, but given your real estate background, you could probably get a good roof over your head and a check in your pocket by just being a super on a building like that. Maybe not a 13 unit, maybe a bigger building. I'm talking anything over 10 units has to have an on-site super. What I would do, you get a roof over your head, get a check in your pocket, maybe get some longer term equity, but also just make friends with people that are involved in bigger stuff like this down in DC. I'd sharpen up your resume pencil and put an ad on a website called Indeed, Indeed. And that's where a lot of property managers and management companies and owners hire people, is off of Indeed. And so I would go on Indeed and say, hey, listen, I got a bunch of real estate experience. I got renovation, dealing with all kinds of different people, and I'm looking for a place to, that I can live and also contribute. Justin, what do you think?
I think that's a really great idea. If you're looking for a different path, maybe consider doing a house hack and finding like a 4-unit to start, where the income from the other 3 units would basically pay for your living expenses.
Seller finance. I mean, is this just the way you get in touch with the owner of the property?
My wife and I did our first deal that was like it wasn't seller finance, but was negotiated with the owner direct. Here's what we did. This is back in the day when everybody listed their properties in newspapers. You've been around long enough. Like I got started 15 years ago, and that's how newspaper was where you went. We went to rent somewhere. You look in the paper. So we just went and bought a local paper, Philadelphia Inquirer, and went to the back and just started calling the for rent ads and said, hey, I see you got it listed for rent. Do you have any interest in selling? I see you got it listed for rent. Do you have any interest in selling? But we called 50 different people, and we got laughed at, hung up on. Finally, somebody was like, yeah, you know what? I am interested in selling. And, he gave us good numbers on the property. We bought it. We were happy, and it worked out. So that could be a way to go about it. You probably have to find that online, to go on Craigslist or something like that. But a lot of times on Craigslist, people list their own properties. So you just call down the list on Craigslist and ask them, hey, I see it for rent. Are you open to selling? And I say, are you the owner? You have to ask them, when they answer the phone. Because if it's an agent, then they won't know. Get a copy of my book too. My book is about finding money in your own network. And if the family's not going to get in behind you, that's okay. My book is about how to find other people in your network that you may know that have resources that can help you through lending and through equity or whatever. But it's about leveraging your personal network to the people you got in your cell phone to help you fund deals, fund your property. Hope that helped, Tyrone. Thank you for joining. Now, here's the deal. We're going to give you a 1 month worth of free membership to DeRosa Insiders. I hope you find it of value. Tyrone, thank you for your question to help me at DeRosaGroup.com. I appreciate you. And guys, if you want to join us next week, helpme@DeRosaGroup.com is the email address. That is helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. And we'll bring your questions right here on the YouTube channel for you and everyone else to learn from. Justin, final thoughts, man. Bring it home.
Seller financing. Deals going on, all kinds of good stuff.
Financing, yeah. I got a good title for this one. The auction company won't close.
Who would have thought, right?
I've never heard of that one before, but that's a good one,
Listen, if you guys have questions, I know you have questions. You're watching this right now. You have to have a question. Just email us, helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, and we will get you up here next week or the week after. We'll have you on.
Have a great profitable week.